All right, look at the warm-up real quick. All it says is write 4x plus 5y equal to negative 15 in slope-intercept form. So what form is that? What do they want it in? Well, what does that look like? Does anyone know what that looks like? Y equals mx plus b. Good. And I'm glad to see Robert picked up the formula chart. A lot of us forgot to pick it up. Right there. But let's go ahead and put this in slope-intercept form. So with slope-intercept form, we're going to move the x over first. So what should we move over first? The 4, right? So you're going to subtract 4x on both sides. You're going to minus 4x and minus 4x. So you're left with 5y. And then do I want to add the 15 and the negative 4? No, they're not like terms. So you're, in this case, at this step, what you're going to do is you're just going to rewrite it. You're going to put the one with the x first and then the other number at the end. And then you're going to divide everything by that leading coefficient in front of the y. So what am I dividing everything by? The 5. So here we would have y is equal to negative 4 over 5x minus 3. Sometimes both are fractions, right? That's okay if we would have had a fraction where the 3 is. That's possible. We've seen it before on past worksheets. All right, when you're ready, we'll go over to the notes. All right, so from last week or even from the warm-up, let's start with the warm-up first. From the warm-up, what we're going to do is we're going to go from standard form to slope-intercept. So standard form is this one. Standard or slope-intercept is going to be this one. This is where your slope is obvious and your y-intercept is obvious, that it's in that format. All right, so just like the warm-up, we're going to move the x over first, right? So we're going to subtract 3x on both sides. So minus 3x minus 3x. Do I want to add that negative 11 and the negative 3? No, you don't want to add them. You're just rewriting. If it helps you, circle the y and the sign in front. All of that gets brought down. Because it's a positive y, you're going to just write y. And then that's negative 3x minus 11. Do I need to divide by anything on this one? No, because the y is already by itself, so you're done. Now, this is what we want all of them to look like, right? But sometimes that's not the case. All right, look at this one. Again, if it helps you, circle the y, everything in front. Let's move over the x. What's my x here? The 8. So we're going to minus the 8x on both sides. Am I going to add the negative 6 and the negative 8? No. You're just going to rewrite it. So all of this in the bubble comes down. That's a negative y. You rewrite the x first, so negative 8x, and then minus 6. We cannot have a negative y. What do I need to divide by if it's a negative y? A negative 1. The negative 1 is just going to change the sign. Negative and a negative becomes a positive. Negative and a negative becomes another positive. Negative and negative becomes one more positive. So those all just turn to positives. Yes, sir.
What time is the bathroom?
What time is the what? All right, so let's look at the steps here. It says, rewrite the equations in slope-intercept form. What is that format? Y equals mx plus b. Mx plus b, that's slope-intercept form. Do we always graph the m first or the b first? Which one do we graph first? The m or the b? The b, the y-intercept. And then we apply the m, which is our, it is the one with the x. It's called our slope. All right, and then after we graph them, we just look for solutions. All right, we did that on Friday. So the only difference between what we're doing today and what we did Friday is that if you look at the equations today, both of them are not in slope-intercept form. So there may be one where we have to do what we just finished doing or what we did on the warm-up and put it in slope-intercept form. So these are things, this is how you want to approach it. So first you want to say, look at it and say, okay, is this in slope-intercept form? Is this one in slope-intercept form? It is. So you're going to say, okay, that one's good. What's my slope here? 2 or 2 over 1. All right, and then what's your y-intercept? Negative 4. All right, let's go ahead and graph that one first. So we said we always graph which one first, the m or the b? The b. You graph this one first. So graph first. You're going to graph the negative 4. At the negative 4, we're going to go 2 over 1. 2 over 1. All right, what direction are we going if it's 2 over 1? Up and then to the Right, all right, up and then to the right. So I'm gonna go up 2, so from here I'm gonna go up 2, 1, 2, and then to the right 1, and I'm gonna make a point right there. All right, and you're gonna continue. Up 2, right 1, make a point. Up 2, right 1, make a point. All right, practice going the other way, right? Because there may be a case we have to go the other way. If I go down over up to the right, I can also go down to the left. Okay, so down to the left. So I'm going to go down to 1, 2 over 1, and they should line up. All right, then once you have that, go ahead and make your line. All right, and then if you look at the second equation, is the second equation in slope-intercept form? No. So if you're answering a no here, that means you have to do what we did on the warm-up or what we did above, where you have to solve it for y. So what should I move over first? Minus the x. So if it helps you, circle the y and everything in front of it. That gets brought down. That's a negative 4y. All right. The items on the right side we're not adding, right? They're not like terms. This is just a matter of rewriting it. All right, what do I have to do to finalize this? Divide everything by negative 4. Don't lose your negative. All right, so negative 4 divided by 4 is 1. Negative and a negative makes it a positive. And the negative and negative also makes that a positive. What's 12 divided by 4? 3. All right. Mind you, even though it says x over 4, it's actually a 1 over 4. So even though it says x, technically there is a 1 there. All right, so then what's our slope? Our slope is 1 over 4, and our y-intercept is 3. All right, what direction are we going on this slope? Up to the right. All right, let's go ahead and do this first. So let's graph the 3, because we always graph the y-intercept first. Graph your 3, and then we're going to go up 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I always feel like the first line is the most important one, like where you have to list all the points. Because the second one, the moment you hit the line, or maybe you don't see it hitting, you can kind of already see if there's going to be a solution or not a solution. Okay, so then once we have this, you're going to go ahead and make your line here, because we already hit the line, right? So what's our solution here? Where is this point at? This point where they're meeting at? 4, 4? 4, 4. So you're just looking for the intersection. Our answer here would be 4, 4. All right, let's go over to the back side. All right, let's look at the first one. Is the first one in slope-intercept form? Yes, I know my equation is off a bit. I apologize for that. What is our slope? Negative 5 over 2, and our y-intercept is negative 1. All right, let's make a point at negative 1. What directions are we going on the slope? Down to the right. So down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over 2. If I go down to the right, we can also go where? Up to the left. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over 2. So this one only had 2 points on our graph. 2 additional points on the graph, so 3 total. All right, and then you look at the next one and you say, okay, is this one in the right format? Is this one in the right format? Yes or no? No. All right, so then we have to solve it. What should I move over first? The x. So we're going to subtract the 5x on both sides. All right, circle your y, everything around it, that comes down. All right, what do I write on the right side of the equal sign?
The 4.
I want to put 4 first. Negative 5x, and then plus 4. Good, and then divide everything by 2. So this will give me negative 5 over 2, x, and then what's 4 divided by 2? 2. It just didn't reduce, right? It doesn't reduce, it doesn't change. So it's going to stay negative 5 over 2. So our slope is negative 5 over 2, and this is a positive 2. So what do we graph first? The positive 2, right? So we're going to graph the positive 2, and then from here we're going to go where? down to the right. So down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2. I can't do any more there. That's just 4. And I can't go up anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I can go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over 2. So that one had 3 points as well. All right, so when we connect these, what do you notice about your graphs? How many solutions are there? Are they touching? No. So any solutions? No solutions. What do you notice about their slopes? So they have the same slope. That's why. So the moment you see that they have the same slope, automatically they're not going to be touching. They can have a different number at the end, right? Because they're going to be 2 different lines. But if they have the same slope, they're just going to run along next to each other. All right? All right. Let's do this one. All right. What about the next one? Is the first one in the correct format? Yes. What's the slope? 1 over 1. And then your y-intercept is -4. All right. Let's graph the -4. What directions am I going with this 1 over 1? Up to the right. Thank you. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. All right. And then if I go up to the right, we can also go down to the left. Good. So we can go down 1 over 1. And then we can go ahead and make our line. All right. And if you notice the second equation, just like the other ones, it's not in the right format. So what do I need to do here? What should I move over first? 2x. The 2x, add it or subtract it? Subtract the 2x. So we're left with -2y equals -2x plus 8. What do I have to do to all of them? Divide by -2. So then we get y is equal to, what's negative over negative? Positive. Positive 1. Do we have to put the 1? No, we don't have to put the 1. If you want to, you can do it. That way you can see what your slope is, but you won't see the 1 there. And then what's 8 divided by -2? -4. Good. So what's your slope? 1 over 1. Good. And then what's your y-intercept? -4. So what's going to happen here when we try to graph this? All right. So here's the -4. It's going to be the same. Yeah. Same one. So what happens when it ends up being the same equation? Infinite solutions. Infinite solutions. All right. And this is when you have the same equation or coinciding equations. You might see both. So let me just blow that up so y'all see them. All right, let's finish up. So then the last one, is that one in the format? No, we have to solve both of them now. So no, so you have to divide them both by -2. So y is equal to, well, 2, +2. Good. Is 2 our slope or the y-intercept? The y-intercept. So then what's your slope? 0. Okay, let's see if we remember. If this is your y-intercept and it's going through 2, don't answer, Emily. Should our line go side to side or up and down? Side to side. Side to side, 0. All right, so your 0 slope. Okay, next one's also no. So what should we move over first? Minus the 6. So circle your y. All of that gets brought down. There's nothing there, right? Just the positive y. How do I write the right side? You got it. -4. Which one's our y-intercept? -4. Good. And then what's our slope? -6 over 1. All right. What directions are we going here? Up or down? Down to the right. Or we can also go up to the left. All right. So the moment we hit our line, we're done. So let's do the -4. And then I'm gonna go, oh, but see, look, I'm at -4. If I'm going down 6, if I do that first one, if I go down then to the right, am I gonna hit the line? No, so don't even go down. You wanna go up and then to the left. So I'm gonna go up 6 over 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then over 1. That one hits it on that first one. So then there's your intersection. And we saw something like this on our last worksheet. So where is that intersection at? Where's the solution? -1, so you're your 0. So -1, and then +2. Just take your time, right? Just kind of take your time, follow your pencil, and then go from there.